Can Pascal Siakam and Scottie Barnes be a dynamic duo? And is OG Anunoby the best defender in Raptors history? Hey everyone, welcome into Inside the Raptors. Rob Wong joined alongside by Mike Ganter and Ryan Wolstat of the Toronto SUN. And guys, Scottie Barnes and Pascal Siakam have been trying to coexist for a few seasons now, but this is really the first year where they are options 1A and 1B. It's been a struggle at times for both of these guys to have a good game on the same night, Mike, but we saw another glimpse of that on Wednesday in the Raptors' impressive win over Phoenix. When you watch these two guys, do you think it's possible for them to be Batman and Robin?
Yeah, I think they're getting it. I think a big part of it lately too is Jakob Poeltl. To be honest, I mean, he has become he's leading the league in field goal percentage, but he's become like that safety valve in the middle when we've all seen that offense, that Toronto half court offense just bogged down and just produce nothing. And then, but lately now, anytime it bogs down, it's like either Siakam drives and he finds Poeltl, or Barnes is finding Poeltl, or Poeltl and Schroeder in that pick and roll. I really think Poeltl opens up a lot of it, and it makes it easier for those two to coexist. I think they'll be fine. I think they're figuring it out.
I mean, I feel like it's the $1 million question that the Raptors are still trying to figure out, and maybe that's why Siakam is not traded yet, and who knows, and why he's not extended. Like the paradox, they're not sure, and every game is different. Maybe the secret is what they've been doing a little lately. They take turns. Like Barnes has been terrible to start games, and Siakam is coming out like a house on fire, and then Siakam goes quiet later on, and Barnes takes over the game. So maybe that. I mean, defensively, I think they definitely cover enough ground and can work that way. I think offensively, they take some turns. That works. And I think if Barnes is really the shooter he's shown to be this year and not the guy he's been in the past, that makes a huge difference because one of them has to be a good shooter. And right now, Siakam's about the worst high volume 3-point shooter or medium volume 3-point shooter in the whole NBA. So one of them's got to shoot. OG Anunoby can definitely shoot, so he complements them well. And I think if you add one more awesome shooter, they'd be really good. Schroeder's a little hit and miss, but I do think they can coexist. Will the Raptors let them long term? That's what we'll see in a few months, probably.
All right, so if Barnes and Siakam are Batman and Robin, does that make OG Anunoby Alfred in this analogy, Ryan? Maybe mild-mannered, solid, night in, night out, but it's hard not to talk about his defense right now. He's locking down the best players in the league every single game. The Raptors have had some pretty great defenders in their team's history, but is Anunoby the best of the bunch, in your opinion?
It's a really good question. I mean, we talked to him after the Suns game, after he locked down at times Durant and Booker, especially Booker, and we asked him if he thinks he's gone to another level this year, and he said he thinks so, and he's ready to get that recognition. He was All-NBA second team last year. He should have been that about 4 years ago. He should be a first team by now. I mean, you look at like a Doug Christie was an awesome defender. Kyle Lowry in his prime was an incredible defender. Guys like that. Kawhi Leonard wasn't quite the same guy he was in San Antonio when he was here, but he was pretty awesome. Same with Marc Gasol in Memphis. He wasn't quite that level, but he was really, really good. There's a few other guys I'm forgetting, there's been some really good defenders, but I think OG Anunoby is right at the top of that list, and I would actually put him first.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys you mentioned are good defenders in their own right, but I mean, I don't think any of them are as versatile. Maybe Kawhi in his heyday for sure, but none of the rest of them, and we didn't get him in his heyday, obviously, but none of the rest of them are as versatile as OG. OG can guard 1 through 5. And the thing I noticed in particular last night, you probably remember the play. I think it was Booker. He got into the paint. And he got by OG, and OG was just very patient. He trailed him. He got into the paint, and as soon as he rose up, OG was there blocking him from behind. And that's a play that he didn't make last year, because before last year he was spending all his time trying to get reestablished position and get back in front of his guy. He's just smarter. He's figured it out, and he's just it's impressive. I think he's well, I've said this many times. I think he's one of the most underrated defenders in the league, and I think we'll as a group, we NBA writers will fix that this year.
Yeah, and I forgot about Marcus Camby and the young Tracy McGrady. They were really something too, but obviously they didn't guard, like Mike said, 1 through 5 the way Anunoby can.
And Tracy wasn't that. He wasn't that savvy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you can guard guys like Victor Wembanyama and Devin Booker on a night-to-night basis, that says a lot for sure. As always, you can leave your Raptors thoughts in the comments section below or send us an email at torontoraptors@postmedia.com. For Mike Ganter and Ryan Wolstat, I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.